Hey everybody, I thought it might be fun to, I don't know, give you a quick tour of what I'm up to with Pedal for Pongo. I was updating all the time while we were on the tour. Now that we're back, I'm mostly just kind of sitting in front of the computer. Okay, so it looks like nothing incriminating on my desktop. Yeah, so I wound up with like 70 gigabytes. Although I did at one point see 90, I don't know where the other 20 went. Maybe it's in there. Actually, let me see. Get info. 89.12 gigabytes. Yeah, so almost 90 gigs of stuff. I had to go through the 3 cameras and the 2 cell phones and separate out all the video and all the images into different folders. So I have day 1, day 2 locations, day 3, day 4, but not at Beardsley. So it's sort of separated by travel and by location, and then within each, that's ugly. So within each, you have interview with Catherine, interview with Gary. Don't tell him that it says Mega Gerald, though. I was tired when I made that, I guess. Tour of the Peabody Museum, gigantic cinnamon bun, different images, different clips, like miscellaneous type clips, and it's like that all the way around. Then I had to open up each of the audio recorders. I have this one, the other one. Oh, here's the other one. This one and this one. This one is usually used for interviews, talking with other people. When I do my own voiceovers, I usually use this one. Anyway, 2 audio recorders, and also my cell phone was an audio recorder, so I separated out all of the audio, video, and image files into this huge sort of directory by day, by location, by whatever. And for example, here's the day 1. All of the images, I had to name everything, what was going on. Connecticut has the best drivers ever. We just finished pizza. Here's us at the pizza place. Here's me rescuing a turtle. Stuff like that, it gets kind of tricky to, go and bike, and all this stuff, it's happening in real time. It wasn't really a scripted thing. I knew that we would be biking every day to a different location, meeting with somebody else. But what you don't know is what's going to happen. I was really kind of anal about organizing everything, and it's just easier. So this whole thing, with going through all the days, all the Philly Zoo stuff, the way home, clips that we took when we were in Germany on our honeymoon. Over the course of a month, we pretty much did a zoo crawl of Germany, and some of the zoos had orangutans. This is largely about orangutans, so we're able to use that footage in this film. But this is just the directory. But going into Lightworks, this is what I'm looking at. And you're going to get some sneak previews of different stuff from this project. But anyway, so after I organized all that stuff, I went into this and I just started, making sequences. And what you can see on here, these 10 things are all different sequences. Over here, it's sort of the master ones. This is where the raw files went. This is the actual... Oh, no. This is 11. These are all, met with Kelly, met with Catherine, met with Gary, met with Lindsay. Haven't gotten to Erin yet, so I'm not even done with all of these yet. So anyway, I opened up... I created a sequence. I put all of the audio and video files from Kelly's in here. And what I did is I cut out all of the, unimportant stuff. And what's a good one here? Different species and geek out. Okay, so If you take another look back at my screen, so you have this, and you can see all these gaps. This is where something was. It could have been me asking a question. It could have been her backtracking and giving me a better answer. That's the type of stuff that's cut out of the interview. You don't get to see it. I do have deleted scenes, and I have bloopers. So I don't know how those are going to work in, but bloopers and deleted scenes will be sort of peppered in as they enhance the final product. But it's stuff like this.
So, yes, we have black howler monkeys, Bolivian gray titi monkeys, white-faced saki monkeys, we have golden line tamarins, and then the white cheek gibbons. So,
yeah, just stuff like that where I was able to really go through everything with a fine-tooth comb and look at every response. I had to sync up all the audio. And this is just Kelly, the interview with her, plus the tour of Roger Williams Zoo. You can go there. Then there's Catherine, and same type of thing with her, where, this is all of her interview. She's primate dietary ecologist, so Kelly gave us information about zoos and how zoos are involved in conservation. She talked about the species there. Catherine talked about, being a biological anthropologist, being a field researcher, working with wild orangutans, seeing the real-time effects of deforestation on orangutan habitats. And you can see here, each of these little tabs, big orange ape, limited habitat.
Everyone knows them as those big orange apes.
So I cut it up by, getting rid of the trash, and I put little tabs in here, but gibbons are cool too.
But gibbons are cool too.
And so then she goes into talking about gibbons. So yeah, all of her interview, it's cut up, background in schooling, primatology and conservation, a day in the life of a field primatologist. It's always very wet.
And so there's I didn't experience a lot of exponentially huge downpours. It's more just consistent. It rains all the time. Every morning, every night, especially during the wet season. There's always consistently rain every day at some point. So it just stays very wet. But it's not like huge storms often.
So that stuff is really cool to learn about, sort of the first-hand experiences, the personal, this is a human. This is a regular person that just happens to have different interests. So once all the interviews were cut up, so you see here at the bottom of my screen, day one, and day one was just biking to Manchester, Connecticut. So in day one, it's a lot of what's here?
Waiting for and planning for and generally working toward for several months now. Because today is the day that we head to the zoo.
So today's the day that we head to the zoo. That's what I'm talking about there. Day one is sort of us, we're leaving. We talk about, we're doing this trip. We're going to the Philadelphia Zoo. There are different clips of us riding and talking about the importance of this stuff, of conservation. Look at that. See, this is why I call it my rough edits. So this is totally upside down. Where are we here? So when you do stuff like this, settings, not the map. Where are we? Video 9. There we are. 0. Okay. Now it's right side up again. But I'm about 84 miles. We climbed close to 4,000 feet. There's a lot of climbing. We had to walk this one. It is not easy to tell, but this is super friggin' steep. So it's kind of the story of our travel, our trip. All the things that we experienced, the things that we learned. And then it's also the story of conservation, meeting with these different people and then also relating the things they say to our trip, and sort of putting their input into this entire story in a way that makes sense. So that's kind of where I am right now. This is day one. I think as of now, right now, this one is a big section. In this section, we talk with Lindsay, we talk with Gary, we talk with Kelly, we talk with Catherine. Can't forget Catherine. We talk all about, different habitats. We talk about, there's a high level of correlation between income and the priority for conservation. There's so much pressure put on you and I to be able to conserve and, be awesome and be better. And, it's kind of grappling with, what can I even do? Is there any kind of difference that I can make with this type of stuff? So, it's a difficult story to tell. I'm getting really close to being done with the rough edits. Right now I'm on the one that Beardsley and Onward. So where we are right now, let's get everybody up. Oh wait, everybody is up. Right now we're leaving Connecticut for New York. It's New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. So we're getting really, really close to the end of the trip at this point. And so there's Gary, there's Catherine, there's Kelly, and there's Lindsay. We've met with all of them, and there's a lot of thinking to do. Because at this point in the project, we haven't really processed everything yet. And how it went is, we'd meet with somebody, and we'd get back to our room, and we'd kind of talk about it, and then the next day we'd wake up and continue talking about it, and we'd think about it in relation to our surroundings as we're biking along. But anyway, that's your behind-the-scenes preview. This has kind of been my view for the past month since we've been back a month. Wow. Yeah, we've been back a month. This has been kind of my view whenever I have a waking moment to devote to it. I'm really excited to share it with everybody. I hope you've enjoyed the preview. Once it's done, I hope that you take the time to watch it. It's going to be... I'm not quite sure how the release is going to go. I'm going to be working with somewhere local, maybe Roger Williams Park Zoo, maybe Rhode Island College, somewhere local to get a premiere event set up. And beyond that, it's going to be released on DVD. It's going to be released in probably 3, depending how long it is, maybe 4 episodes, for free on YouTube. It's going to be released in episodes because I realized from Rhode Island's Industrial Revolution that a 1-hour-long YouTube video is really long. So I want them to be 15, 20 minutes so it'll play and get to a good stopping point, and then you can go about your day, that type of stuff. But if you get it on DVD, it's going to be obviously the whole thing, and there's going to be a whole bunch of extra footage that doesn't really work into a YouTube clip quite as easily. I try to set things up to where, you don't have to pay for education. You don't have to pay to, learn about anthropology, learn about history, learn about culture, learn about video editing. You should have access to that type of stuff. But if you can afford to, this is something that's going to be my career. So, they're closing in on 700 people that like the Facebook page. So if just the Facebook, if everyone who liked my Facebook page kicked in $1 a month, that's $700 a month. That's a good amount to make this the type of thing that I can confidently think that this is my career now. That's what I want to do with this. I don't want it to be, overwhelming pressure on any one individual. Everyone can always, view and read my stuff, interact with me without having to pay me for it. But, if you're able to, I always appreciate contributions in any amount. Different Patreon sponsor levels, they get different bits of incentive, whether it's actual stuff, whether it's like early releases. Patreon patrons also get new episodes of Pedal Powered Anthropology. They get that stuff earlier than mere mortals do. So if you can contribute, that's awesome. There's a little something in it for you if you do. There's a little more in it the more you can contribute. But if you can't contribute, it's fine. I'm not like secretly mad at you for it. No worries there at all. Do what you can. Just keep supporting what I do. Keep supporting, arts and science everywhere, because it's super critically important. And the type of stuff that we're going to be learning as we watch this documentary just sort of underscores that. But yeah, I'm hoping to have the whole thing done by the end of August. Maybe I can set up a premiere for September. That would be the best. And, from there, we'll see where it goes. So, I guess that's all for now. I'm going to go drink this big can of Arizona iced tea because my throat's really dry. And, yeah, hopefully this will be done soon.